Guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. It's Z again with another interesting video for you. If you're new here, please like, subscribe, share, you know what to do. And for not new here, thanks for coming back and tuning in to get another one of my videos, and let's get right into it. Okay, so as you guys can see by today's title, this is going to be a what 2021 taught me sort of video. Not sort of, that's the video. If you're an OG, if you've been here since the beginning, you know that my very first video that I ever did on my channel was what 2020 taught me. And because it's the first video I ever did, I decided to make it like a landmark video. So I'll be doing this type of video every year, because I know every year I'll be learning like new stuff and that kind of thing. And I've been wanting to film this video for a long time, but your girl got COVID. If you want to know how that happened, click on this video. This video was supposed to come out last week. I was supposed to give it to you guys last week because on the 6th of January, it marked exactly a year since I started making YouTube videos. So it was kind of going to be like sentimental and everything. But COVID had its own plans. And yes, I'm fine. So many niggas are texting me like, no, but how come you're going out and you're sick? I filmed the COVID video on New Year's Day. That was like on my 4th day of quarantine. And quarantine for this new virus, the Omicron virus, is only 7 days. So by the time my 7 days were up, I was on Tuesday. Last week, yeah, I went to the hospital and the result came out negative. So by the time I was dropping the video, I was already COVID free. Like I was already corona free. But I really do appreciate your sweet messages, because you guys are like cute and whatnot. So anyway, yeah, I'm good, I'm fine. Thanks for your concerns, and let's get right into this video. So what I've done is I wrote down everything I learned in my journal. If you guys don't know, or I'm sure you guys know, I'm one person that really loves journals. I want the light to focus so you can see this book properly. I got this from China More. It's like just it's a nice book, like it's a nice journal for 2022. Yeah, I decided to start the year with a new journal, because even though my old one for last year is not full, but I mean, like, it's a new year, so like new things and whatnot. So I wrote down everything that I'm going to be talking to you guys in here. I have written, literally I've started writing stuff in here. Like, journaling is part of my routine, if you know what I mean. So yeah, so I wrote down everything that I want to talk to you guys here. I've just broken them down into like 5 main points, then I'll expand on them as I like continue to talk to you guys on that kind of thing. I haven't done a sit down video since I think my life update, which was like 6 months ago. So I'm kind of, you know, I miss talking to you guys like this, because most of the time I just do vlogs, and I mean, like, vlogs are cool, but like, you know, we need to talk one-on-one. In case you guys are asking, I got this shirt from Mr. Price. If you guys want to know more details, click my clothing haul down below, and I'll link all the videos regarding everything I'm wearing and whatnot. And yeah, your girl did this in store herself. Okay, let's get into the video. So the first, I broke them down into 5 main points, and I'm going to like expand on them. So okay, let's start. The first big lesson that I learned is to accept life for what it is. In 2021, you guys, like, a lot of unexpected things happened to me, and you know, I came to realization that you can't fight a losing battle. You know, at the end of the day, God is in control of everything that happens. And last year there were so many plans I made. In case it looks like everything was smooth and everything, there were so many things that I wanted to do that went wrong. And I think the biggest for me must have been not clearing my exams in the first semester of last year. That was my June exams. That really just shattered me. Like, I've always been a person that, you know, is always passing exams and that kind of thing. So when I didn't clear all 3, I was like, damn. Like, I couldn't even talk about it the way I'm talking about it now, because it really did break my heart, you guys. Like, it was bad. And you know, being the type of person I am, I expect a lot from myself. So when that happened, I was like, I'm a failure. Like, it's over, it's done, we are done with this, you know. But then, like, it took me, I think, a week to get over it. Even though I would still cry about it, because I'm extremely emotional, I will still cry about it every now and then, like when studying, because I had to resit the exams. So, you know, like when I was studying them and that kind of thing, I would cry, because I'm like, if only you had passed and, like, you know, studied more and that kind of thing. But like, that's not the main issue. but that was like the one of the biggest lessons I learned, like to accept life what it is, and not just in terms of school, but like generally in terms of everything. Because like as people, we make plans, we make so many plans. I don't know if you've heard the saying, but like when we make plans, God laughs because he's got his own plans. And sometimes things may work out, you know, worse than expected. But what I've come to realize, what last year taught me, is that it eventually works out for good. One of my favorite Bible verses, that she, if not Romans 8 verse 28, that says, but in all things God works for the good of those who love him. And you know, that's one thing that I really also want to emphasize, like with you guys, is to really have a strong relationship with God, because that's really like going to help you, especially in times of trouble. And he's not just there for times of trouble, obviously. Like even when things are happy, you should be able to say thank you. But if you have that relationship with him, meaning you know your Bible verses, you know where to turn whenever things are not okay. And what I came to realize is that whole failure that happened actually worked out for the better, because it helped me to finally figure out what was more important than what, you know. That's why you find I take random breaks of YouTube to focus on school and that kind of thing. That's why you have me seeing, wait, what? That's why you see me having all these productive morning routines and that kind of thing, just trying to get school back in the groove. And even not just with school, but like generally with everything, because all of us have got plans, like all of us have got goals and dreams and everything. And sometimes you would find that you plan to do something and then like it doesn't work out, you know. And then like instead of beating yourself up and be like, oh my gosh, you know what, I'm a failure, it's over, as long as you've got God, you know that eventually that's actually going to work out for the better, you know. So I was like, that's like the biggest lesson for me, to just accept life for what it is, you know. And not even just in terms of like school or whatever, but like generally where we are brought up, like, you know. Especially, I know this is going to sort of like be the third point, I think, but just to kind of talk about it a bit, we need to accept our lives for what they are. You know, a lot of us live in these fantasies, like if only my life was like this, if only my life was like that. But we need to understand that, you guys, we only have one life, and if we don't accept this one, which one are you going to accept? You know what I mean? And it's like a situation where I understand a lot of us have got ambitions. We all have plans to make, you know, our dream lives, live in our dream homes and that kind of thing. And I was one person that really never used to accept life for what it was, like, you know. But the faster we accept life for what it is, you know, we accept it like, okay, this is what it is, there's nothing I can do about it, you know, that's the faster we're going to start enjoying it. Because if you're constantly complaining, like, I wish I had this, I wish I had that, yeah, overlooking the current blessings you already have. And you know, for all of us, life is different, no two people are the same. So what I have, you may not have. What you have, I may not have. And that's just how it is, you know. And I feel like that's something that a lot of us need to really do, especially with this age of social media. But I'm going to come back on this topic, like, I'm gonna get into the third point about comparison. But that's basically like the first major life lesson I learned, you guys. You know, I don't like about wigs is when the mousse like dips, and then, okay, yeah, that's like what the major life lesson I learned, to just accept it for what it is, you know. Even when you ask, you know, for something and doesn't work out, just be like, okay, cool, I'll try again next time, you know. And it's really a good mindset to have, because you realize that you'll be even more happier when you just accept whatever comes your way. And you know, this works well, especially if you are an overthinker like me. I tend to overthink situations to a point where I'm getting hurt by things that don't even exist, you know. So just be like, okay, look, everything is fine, you know. The way I had COVID last week, there's nothing I could do about it, you know. I just had to accept it, and I was like, you know, let me make a video out of this, because I know that 2020 me would have dreaded that whole situation. I would have been like, oh my gosh, I'm sick, what am I gonna do now, that kind of thing. But just accept and embrace, you know. So yeah, so the second major point I have is to prioritize my peace. This is something that a lot of situations last year were sent to destroy me, you guys. I'm not even going to joke with you. A lot of situations were sent to destroy me. But the one thing that I really learned was, you know what, at the end of the day, my peace, your peace is what matters, like regardless the situation. And you know, I used to be a people pleaser myself, like especially in high school. I used to do things to make other people happy so they can like me. But I've come to realization that not everybody is going to like you, not everybody is going to understand you. Not everybody is going to support you. Not everybody is going to want to be around you, or they may be around you, but not everybody is going to genuinely want to see you win in life, you know. And you know, prioritizing your peace is something that you really, because once you've got inner peace, nothing can destroy you, trust me. Because I have been put through a lot of situations with different people that were like, here I would just start crying and be like, you know, Monzela, it's over, they've won, you know. But like at the end of the day, your peace is what matters, and it's not worth it, you know, going through things that are just going to make your peace shatter, you know what I mean? And like, I feel as though, you know, the older that we get, the more painful situations, not really painful situations, but the more things are going to be put through, like, that's fact. And I feel like, you know, there's this quote that I also really like, one of the quotes I live by, that says, if it doesn't give you peace, profits, or happiness, don't pay attention to it, you know. Someone asked me, and I think I say this a lot in my sit down videos, like, dealing with negativity, especially to do with social media negativity. Not everybody that follows you wants to see you win. Some people are just there to see that, okay, you know, to wish bad things on you and that kind of thing. Even in life, not all the friends that you have around you are there to actually like support you. Some are just there to cause problems. Some are just there to just see it, okay, you know what I mean. But like, it's not worth it paying attention to things that aren't going to get you somewhere in life. And I'm not saying become an ignorant person, but if you see that a certain situation isn't going to help you, then why pay attention to it? Why let it make you sad? You know, if something or someone can't make you happy, don't let them make you sad, period. It's not COVID. Don't let them make it, like, just be happy, you know. And once you learn inner peace, you know, especially you guys, there's this book I'm reading. Let me just show you, like, real quick. This book that I'm reading, you guys, like, this book, I actually saw you guys two, actually, Leah Lee and Jaji Dio. I look up to a lot of people that I, you know, I'm subscribed to, that kind of thing. They really love this book. And you guys, you know, I love self-help books. Not that I'm mentally, you know, not okay, but I just like to better myself. And when I saw them reading this book, even just the cover attracted me, like, okay, let me just get. I didn't even read the epilogue, prologue, what do you call this part? I've forgotten. I did literature in high school, but like, yes, I didn't even read the back of the book. I just went straight and bought it. It was $2.35. Yeah, I signed all my books. It was $2.35. I got it from Grey Matter at Mkoa Mall. Like, yeah. And you know, like, from the first page, I was already hooked. And I'm almost done. I've had this book for like a week and I'm on page 163. It's a really, really good book. And this year, one of the things I actually want to achieve as a person is to read 12 books, which is like one book every month. I already have my second book. Where is that book? I already have my second book, which is Who Moved My Cheese. This one was recommended to me by my dad, and it's a short book. It was 90 kwacha. I got this one from Book Road. So you will be seeing a lot of books like on my channel, and I'm really encouraging you guys, if you aren't a reader, I can't say I've always been a reader, but I took literature in high school. That actually forced me to start reading novels, and ever since then I've been good with that. So there's one particular thing, yes, chapter 15, that's Forgive or Fester. This one, Forgive or Fester, that's chapter 15. Yeah, so when I was reading that chapter, a lot of things actually like spoke to me, because it's talking about basically how when people wrong you or you feel wronged by people, I think that's a better context. When you forgive someone, you're doing more good to yourself than you are to that person, because you're letting go of things that aren't going to help you as a person. And that's something that personally I used to struggle with. Okay, forgiveness is like, you still have a grudge against this person, you still want to talk and prove your point until, you know. But when you want to prioritize your peace, you realize that at the end of the day, this person will never see what happened in your perspective, so just let it go. Like, you know. And even not even just with people, but like generally things that may happen, you know. You may be driving and someone bashes your car, you're hurt. This person may just drive up and be like, whatever, you know. But if you keep holding that grudge, like this person did this to me or this thing happened to me, you're not doing any good to yourself. When you forget about it, you're doing way more good to yourself than you are to that other person, you know. Like being the bigger person, even though sometimes, yes, I know it's good to speak your mind and actually like let out what you want and that kind of thing, but sometimes being the bigger person helps to keep your sanity, you know, sometimes. So that's like the second biggest thing that I learned in 2021. I was going to shoot this video at night and I tried it last night, but it was a disaster. I was tired. I went to my mama's. Okay, let's move on. So the third point is to stop comparing myself to other people, and this is something I learn every day. Not even every year, but every day. And as a content creator, this is something that I feel like I need to address to fellow content creators or aspiring content creators. I don't call myself an influencer, I'm a content creator. Okay, yes. So, you know, it's very common to compare the content you put out to what content other people are putting out, especially Instagram, YouTube. Like I feel like so many of us are sucked into this loop of, oh, she did this, oh, let me do this, oh, she did, let me do this. You know what I mean? Like back and forth. But you know, sometimes what that does is, the more you pay attention to what somebody else is doing, if your mindset isn't right, you subconsciously start comparing your life to theirs. And I find myself doing this a lot of times. Believe you me, I come off as a confident person, but there are days when I'm like, oh my gosh, she has this, I don't, my life sucks, etc. But even the Bible says God created each one of us differently. And this book, again, you guys, this book is nice. Let me just tell you. There's another chapter or another saying, I think, that was in this book. I just forgot which one it was, but I think I took a picture because I've been taking pictures of pages in this book that said, wanting to be someone else is a waste of the person you are. You guys, this book has literally been speaking to me like she was called to help. You see, wanting to be someone else, wanting to have somebody else's life is a waste of who you are already, because God made you like that for a reason. And it's not like he just said, okay, I'll make her, you know, lacking everything that she, like, I understand that there are things that even I see other people with that I also want to have one day, and I try my best not to see it as competition, but to see it as inspiration. Like, if she can do it, I can do it too. And that's a sort of mindset everybody needs to have, you know. But just because you want to achieve something that somebody else has achieved doesn't mean you should forget about what you as a person already have so far. Because if you are constantly wanting to be like somebody else, then you're wasting who you already are as a person. You know what I mean? So like, comparison happens subconsciously, and I feel like if it happens to everyone. Okay, it happens to everybody. And sometimes it's funny because you find that the same person you'll be looking up to and saying, I wish I had what she has, will be looking up to you, and you may not even know it because it's something in you that is so great that that person also wants, but you fail to see it because you're so caught up in this loop of Instagram. And that's why I take occasional breaks from social media, and that's also the reason why I like reading, because staying online all day isn't good. If the first thing you do when you wake up is go to Instagram and start scrolling through, seeing what people have achieved, what people are wearing, what people are, you will start that, it's going to corrupt your head. And you know that what you choose to see becomes your reality. Another saying from this book. I think I've gotten like 10 so far. What you choose to see becomes your reality. So you'll find that every morning when you wake up, the first thing you do is go onto Instagram and start seeing what other people are doing. You will find that's all you're going to be doing. That's going to become your reality. You know, you have to find a way of making your life enjoyable. Like, you have to enjoy waking up and be like, yes, this is my life, I like to do this, etc, you know. Create a life that you are happy to wake up to, instead of looking at other people and feeling bad for what you already have. Because trust me when I say that there are the same people that you would be feeling bad about on Instagram have got their own problems and insecurities and flaws. Just because, I'll say this, we as content creators, don't post all of our problems doesn't mean they don't exist, but you find that you'll be comparing yourself to me, for example, and saying, oh, she's better than me at this, she's better than me at this. But do you know what I go through when I'm not on camera? Do you know what I go through when I'm not? You don't. And it's the same thing with you, because everybody has got issues, but you have to find a way of accepting life for what it is, and just, you know, praying to God. Like, okay, you know what, one of the strongest prayers I've ever prayed is, Lord, I don't know what you're doing but I trust you, you know. And that's why I said, I think in total, like, the biggest lesson obviously is something that I really do try to put out is, you know, to have God at your side. But I try to break these down into things that you can actually relate to, so that I can tell you guys how important it is to have God in your life, because no matter how great you think you are, he's always going to be better than you. You know. So yeah, so like, just love yours, like J. Cole said. Just love, because you will find that you will be wasting so much time and energy trying to make your life into to match this other person's, you know, forgetting about enjoying what you already have. And it happens to all of us, so don't feel bad if you feel like I'm talking to you directly, because even it's happened. For the fact that I'm speaking about it means it's happened to me before, and this is something that I learned last year, something that I'm always going to be learning, because there are new things we'll be doing, you know. Soon need to be comparing jobs, soon need to be comparing job positions, soon need to be comparing income, that kind of thing. But like, generally speaking, just focus on making yourself better than you were last year, rather than making yourself better than the people around you. Because at the end of the day, the only person you should be in competition with is yourself, because you are the only person who is able, you are you. So me from last year is not the same as me today. Why? Because I saw what I did wrong and I'm trying to improve on that, and so on and so forth. Because you can't compare yourself to somebody who has got a completely different life than yours. That's not how it works, girl. That's not, oh boy, if you're watching this Sunday, guy. But yes, so the fourth thing I learned last year is to be aware of my flaws and shortcomings. Okay, we need to be able to take accountability of the things that we cause. Sometimes the bad things that happen in life are as a result of our own foolishness. Okay, just point blank period. Sometimes we do things, you know, out of our subconscious or conscious, and then we try to blame other people. But you know what, one thing I really learned last year is that sometimes we are the cause of our own problems, and sometimes it's sad that we only get to understand or realize that when it's too late. And I've been in a lot of situations with so many different people because of that, where I fail to see that I'm the problem, and then, you know, it's only when it gets to a really later stage when you realize that, okay, this is actually the problem. So like, you know, and I feel once we're able to take accountability, now I'm not saying that all the time when something happens, blame yourself. But if you know that deep down you're the one that caused it, take accountability for it and figure out a way of helping yourself become better, you know. Because at the end of the day, like, growth is uncomfortable. It's never going to be a comfortable process. It's not supposed to suit your comfort zone. Growth is supposed to be something that's going to help you become a better person, you know what I mean? So like, yeah, just learn to take accountability for your actions. And sometimes it may be things that you can't reverse. You know, you apologize to whoever you may have hurt, you say sorry and whatnot, and forgive yourself, as long as you have realized that you're the cause, and, you know, yeah, forgive yourself and move on and try to do better. It's always important to take accountability for our issues, because sometimes that's being the bigger person, you know. And it's not easy to do. Admitting you're wrong is something that a lot of us fail to do, especially if you are an overly confident person with pride. It's very hard to do, but it's something that I'm still learning to do, you know, with everybody around me, relationship wise, family wise, friendship wise, etc. It's always good to be like, okay, no, I was wrong and I'm sorry, I'll do better next time. It helps a lot. It really does help a lot to kind of, you know, keep the peace, you know, because at least you're able to say that I actually did react differently than I usually would, you know. So yeah. And then the last big lesson, this is actually 24, I've been talking for 24 minutes, and I don't want to make this video too long, because yeah, I'm trying to work around 30-40 minute videos, not only because you guys complain, but because of my internet. I also need to keep something for Netflix. So yeah. And then the last biggest lesson I learned was to enjoy life regardless of the situation. Like, you guys, we only get one life, right? And there will always be problems. they'll always be there. So you can't wait until there are no problems anymore, or you can't wait until life is no longer hard to enjoy. Well, then you're going to just die. Like, I'm not saying that you should not face your problems, but find a way of enjoying life while fixing what's going wrong. That's basically it. Like, don't dwell on the wrong things, because there are always going to be wrong things, whether you like. So the first thing I said was, what? Accept life what it is, because there will always be wrong things. And this book also puts it in a very nice way, where she says, at the end of the day, we get one life, so enjoy it, like, regardless of what's happening. Yes, you may have failed that exam. Yes, you may have broken up with your significant other. Yes, this didn't work out. Yes, you may have lost your job. That's just what life is. And even God said that being a Christian or being on earth, it's not going to be easy. So why should you beat yourself up by saying that I'm only going to enjoy life when things are okay? Because you know what, what I've realized is something has gone wrong. Just be like, okay, you know what, it's gone wrong. Fine, let me go watch a series, calm myself down, I'll come back at it tomorrow. That's exactly what I did with this video, because I was supposed to shoot this video last night, but the wig install I did was bad and I was tired. It was just wrong. I just said, you know what, I'm going to watch WandaVision. I sleep, I'm ready for, I had a burger, it's okay, life is still great, I'll do it tomorrow. And I woke up today, told myself I'm going to do this video, and I was feeling very tired actually, but I didn't do it because this week is going to be very busy because I have driving lessons. But I was like, I just have to do it, today, and it's going to work out. So yeah, that's basically what you're supposed to do. Like, enjoy life regardless. There'll always be problems, there's always going to be something going wrong, but you just have to tell yourself that, at the end of the day, I only get one shot at this. It may be, I know there's certain problems that you can't necessarily just overlook. You have to, I'm not saying don't deal with your problems, but like, find a way of dealing with them while still buying yourself KFC. Don't make yourself feel such an awful person because something has gone wrong. Yes, okay, you didn't pass your driver's test, so now you should stop eating. You know what I mean? Like, just continue, go with the flow, and everything eventually is going to work out for the better, And it's like, I really, really hope you guys are understanding what I'm talking about, because we don't only do, fashion, lifestyle, beauty on this channel. We also talk one-to-one, because I'm looking out for everybody that's watching this video, because I understand how difficult life can be, because I've also been in very difficult situations. 2021 compared to 2020, I can say 2020 was bad for me. It was bad, but even though 2021 I can say was worse, I learned a lot more. I had a lot of valuable lessons out of every bad thing that happened last year, because okay, last year was bad, it was very worse than 2020 was, but there was still a lot of times when I enjoyed, and I feel like we should learn to focus on the good things that happen. Even this, right? Okay, you guys must buy this book, but like, even the writer of this book said, if 10 bad things happen to you and one good thing happens to you in a day, focus on that one good thing, not the 10 bad things, because you find that the energy that you choose to put out is what is reflected back to you. So if you choose to only focus on bad things, you'll only be seeing bad things around. It's this little exercise that she actually told us to do. Like, when I was reading this book, she said, if you choose to look in a room and look for red objects, you only see red objects. But if you choose to look for yellow objects, you will start seeing yellow objects. So that is just a metaphorical representation of saying that if you choose to focus on bad things, you only be seeing bad things. So choose to focus on the good stuff, the good side of everything that happens in life, regardless of what's going on around, because problems will never finish. And wahala, that's a song. No wahala, problems and don't finish. Yeah, life, enjoy your life, because problems will never finish. So yeah, but basically, that's what I talked to you guys about today in this video. And I really I'm looking forward to this year. I know you never see me doing those videos like my vision board, my what, because I personally do not like to expose my plans, you know, publicly. I'm a very private person, even though I'm a public figure. But like, I just know that whatever you want to set your mind to, whatever you want to achieve this year, set your mind to it and put in the work. But you must get this book. It's not too late to start manifesting your plans, your dreams, your goals. Personally, I write down everything. Everything has already been written down. Everything I want to achieve this year has already been written down. I've already made it clear to God. Like it said in Habakkuk 2 verse 2. It said, write down your plans on a tab and make it clear to the Lord. Make it clear what you want to achieve this year. Okay, today is I'm shooting this on should be the 9th of January, but you're probably going to see it on the 14th, which is a Friday. It's not too late. It's not too late. Even if you're going to start making your plans 6 months into it, it's not too late. Just write down what you want to achieve. And it's always nice to write things down or make a vision board, because I've seen a lot of everybody on YouTube and Instagram is making, you know, vision boards, like what they want to achieve this year, be it using like a TikTok or a reel, or, you know, like where you get like different pictures of what you want to achieve on Pinterest and put them together on this like collage, just like a visual representation of where you want to be at the end of the year. Do that, because it's going to help you work towards what you want to achieve. And discipline is something that we all have to have if we want to get somewhere, because at the end of the day, the only person stopping you from getting where you want to be in life is yourself. And once you're able to realize, like, okay, it's because I'm lazy that I can't study, it's because I procrastinate that I can't get anything done, etc, etc, you will find that you will move way further in life. I've already learned a lot in 2022, but that's going to come at the end of the year, because I know that there's so many things that are yet to happen and that kind of thing, and I don't want to start bringing in new stuff specifically from this book into this video, because it's supposed to be about what I learned last year. So otherwise, you guys, I hope you have a good year. Happy New Year once again, because we're still in January. So Happy New Year once again from Z to you. And oh, but let me tell you guys about this really cute thing that happened. So yesterday, right, someone texted me like on Instagram telling me that her and her friend really love my YouTube videos. If you guys are watching this, you guys really made my day. Okay, so she goes like no, actually on Friday, so she goes like, tomorrow Saturday on the 8th is her birthday, so please call her and wish her happy birthday. And she gave me a phone number. You guys, she was so happy, and that really made my day yesterday. Like, I was like, oh, like I felt really nice. Another time I met this girl at Mukuwamo that said she watches my videos. So if you're seeing this, hi, like, I like talking and meeting you guys because we are one huge family. Okay. So anyway, I'll talk to you guys in my next video, which is going to be a cooking series. I know they have been long overdue, but this is the last video I had planned to give you guys before going back into my regular upload schedule, which is 2 cooking series and 2 other videos per month. If not 2 cooking series, and at least 2 cooking episodes and at least 1. But next week we're cooking lasagna, so come back and watch the video. So thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe, and come back next week for another bang. I thank you guys for 3.06k subscribers on the road to 4k. Yeah, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Also, get a journal, or if you don't like writing, utilize your notes app. If you have an iPhone, if you have an Android, I don't know what app you can use, but find somewhere where you can write down your goals and stuff you want to achieve at the end of the year, what you're going through. It's always nice to let things out, and don't forget to pray over everything. No matter how small you think it is, my dear, pray, because prayer will take you places hard work can't. So see you guys in my next video. Let me show you guys my outfit for today. This is just for the video. I'm taking some pictures. That's these shorts and this shirt. So anyway, guys, bye. Love you guys.